Ballinger, welcoming you to the LA radio studio in San Pedro, California, right in the middle of the Los Angeles harbor. We're here for an afternoon of music, poetry, and storytelling. This is the fourth year in a row that on the last Saturday in September, events take place all over the world to call attention to the need for a planet based on peace and sustainability. This year there are 36 events in Italy, 34 in Mexico, 15 in Morocco, not to mention 200 all across the United States, including 3 in little towns in Kansas that no one has ever heard of. The grand total for 2014 is nearly 1,000 events in 110 countries, easily the biggest total yet. 100,000 Poets and Musicians for Change is growing stronger, so much so that in the spring of 2015, an international gathering will be held in Italy to strengthen bonds, make new connections, and come up with plans to expand 100,000 musicians and Poets for Change even more. Now, before we go any further, I want to thank Mike Stark and the crew here at LA Radio Studio for their support, their hospitality, and their belief in the cause. So our first guest here is William Pilgrim and the All Grows Up, and I just got to say that these guys have thrown down so hard. They're always, at this last Saturday in September, they're always in the mix. And last September, we did this show at their studio in Orange, California, 2 weeks before the date. It was like several hours long. They stayed up 24 hours a day, edited it down, made this great, fantastic video. So we're so happy to have them here in the studio with us today.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
part of that was pretty amazing for us. And we documented it. We brought our film crew and we interviewed a lot of people there. And it was just really a historic event.
So we had like 400,000 environmentalists for change that day.
Yeah, from all over the world, all different creeds, all different nations. It was really, really cool. You could see where the different generations were, because for miles and miles it would just be the older generation. And suddenly, like towards the end, I'm sitting in the middle of the street and here comes this flood of the youth just coming down the street. And it was really cool to see that everybody was unified under this one thing. And it was little kids, people of all kinds. It was just really awesome.
And they were not just environmentalists. They were thinking people from around the world, doctors, lawyers, just people who made the effort to come out and take a stand, and that's what's important.
I'm not really too surprised that y'all were there, and William Foger's always been a great example of the spirit of 100,000 poets and musicians for change, because it's not just, there's a lot of cool events going on all over the world. You can go on the website and try to look at them all. It's physically impossible. But there's something, the thing that's been kind of missing is more concrete connection to all the movements for change. And that's starting to change also. And I know when in this big conclave in Italy, that'll be a pretty high item on the agenda. So you all are leading the way as usual.
It was good. One of the things, we visited a place called the People's Art Space, which is a collection of artists who are using art and music to try to make a difference. And we had the opportunity to interview a lot of these people. And the good news and bad news is this, is that what we realized when we interviewed people is that caring, involved parents breed caring.
MP Chronicle presents The Black Girl Show, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on LA Talk Live.